Okay, guys, here we are with the All-State Playoff Predictor coming into Championship Saturday. On the left, everybody here basically locked. Ohio State, Indiana, Georgia, Texas Tech, Oregon, Ole Miss, Texas A&M, Oklahoma, all have a greater than 99% chance of making the college football playoff. So they're all locked, regardless of what happens in the conference championships games. Big Ten between Ohio State and Indiana. Doesn't matter, only matters in seeding. Texas Tech, whether they win today against BYU, they're in. They lose, they're in. It doesn't matter, it's just a matter of seeding. Oregon, they're in. Probably locked up in the fifth spot there. Ole Miss, Texas A&M, Oklahoma can't help themselves. They're just in. But Alabama here. Alabama, some people are saying that they shouldn't be in. I don't see how. They play Georgia tonight. If they win, they'll be the automatic qualifier, so they'll get in from the SEC. If they lose, it really doesn't seem like there's any path in which they get out. Tulane, congratulations to them. I believe they clinched. I don't know how it's at 95. I don't know how that Tulane would be left out. But I believe Tulane punched their ticket last night, beating North Texas. Notre Dame, very, very interesting spot here, because a lot of people are saying that they shouldn't be ranked ahead of Miami. They probably shouldn't be ranked ahead of BYU. But Notre Dame does have the best running back in the country, and I really do think that even that with there are only two losses coming to Miami and Texas A&M. You can probably sneak them in there if you can find a way. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Virginia, James Madison, and Duke. Okay, James Madison defeated Troy last night to win the Sun Belt. Now, there are only 5 automatics that are given to conference championships. Those would be the winner of the Big Ten, the winner of the SEC, Georgia and Alabama, the winner of the Big 12, Texas Tech, BYU. So if BYU wins, they're in. Texas Tech is pretty much locked in. Now, if Virginia wins in the ACC, obviously they would be in. If Virginia Tech loses, though, with James Madison winning, they would be ranked higher than Duke. So the ACC would be completely left out of the playoff, and James Madison would be the next representative into the college football playoff. Congratulations to JMU. So I'm wearing the blue. I don't really have anything Duke related, but if Duke wins the ACC, JMU's in the playoff, Tulane's in the playoff, and that's got ESPN losing their mind in like true Helen Lovejoy fashion. Will somebody please think of our ratings? Because they just came out. There was a conversation on the Pat McAfee show where people are saying that the group of 5 shouldn't be in. What people are saying this? I think I speak for the fans everywhere when I say that the fans would love to see kind of an underdog story. The only ones who probably wouldn't, ESPN themselves. The only people I believe who are saying this are the suits over at ESPN, and they're using people like Pat McAfee and stuff to express that opinion. Make it known to the college football playoff that we don't want this. Somebody please think of our ratings. Wouldn't it be better if we get Virginia or Miami? But please, not James Madison. We have to look at our ratings. What happened the last time Oregon took on a Sun Belt team? But no, nobody's saying this. This is the setup we have. And why is it every time we get a less than desirable result for the SEC or for ESPN, we have to talk about, oh, maybe we should change the playoff. Now they're coming for the group of five and saying maybe the group of five should just be eliminated from it altogether. We don't do this in basketball when half the frickin' East for a decade was under 500. We don't do this in the NFL when the Seahawks at 7-9 make the playoffs. We don't go and adjust the format, adjust the formula. Only in college football. We don't say, oh, Loyola went to the Final Four. We have to figure out this NCAA bracket to make sure that doesn't happen again. Why is it only in college football when we get an undesirable result that isn't good for ratings for ESPN? Do we have to go back and mess up the formula? This is what we have. This is the system we have. It's a system you voted for. It's a system you wanted. You allowed it because you thought it was always going to be kosher. It was always going to be ACC, Big 10, Big 12, SEC, and one group of five team. Well, now you're pretty much hoping Duke loses. That way everything's kosher. But if it's not, they're coming for it. And I just say this should be 16 anyway. It should. It should just be 16. None of these stupid bye weeks. I don't like the first round bye in the NFL. I don't like them in basketball conference tournaments. I believe everything should be equal. 8 and 8. Each have to play 4 games. Not have these teams play 5 games. Not have. It's just a complete mess right now over that. But that's what we got. Duke wins. James Madison is in. Virginia wins. Virginia's in. James Madison is out. Alabama wins. They're in. Georgia is already in. And everybody on the left side is already in. So, who's in, guys? Let me know. Who wins tonight? Virginia, Duke, and